Hey everyone, welcome to Three Guys One Movie. I'm Angus.
I'm Zach.
And we saw Bo Burnham's new movie, 8th Grade. It was really good.
It was really good. This was my most anticipated movie for the summer.
Yeah.
And I'd say, yeah, it lived up to my expectations.
Yeah.
It was really, really well done, really well told story. I kind of don't have too much to say about it, because it's... Most I could say about it, it's a really good message about having anxiety and trying to come out and be courageous and stuff like that.
Well, it's a personal story, too.
Yeah, very much so.
He dealt with all that shit, too. Like, that's kind of his whole thing.
Yeah. And the way he's able to tell the story through the eyes of an 8th grader is really well done. And it's really... And it's... I liked how he's able to...
And a great young performance, too.
Absolutely. Elsie Fisher.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She did a great job. But I liked how he was able to make an eighth grader somehow be relatable to everybody else, and how we all have anxiety and our own anxieties and stuff like that.
Yeah, mid-20s dudes being able to put themselves into an 8th grade girl's mindset.
Exactly. It's really well done, and I applaud him for being able to do that.
Yeah, I think my only letdown with him. I wasn't really let down in any way because I wasn't super excited for this movie. I like Bo Burnham a lot. I think his stand-up's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen What and Make Happy and stuff like that, and I really enjoy those. Mm-hmm. But I guess that my only issue with this movie, which isn't even an issue with the movie itself, it's more just an issue with my expectation, is the movie wasn't as funny as I was hoping it was going to be.
Okay, I didn't expect it to be that funny.
I was kind of hoping it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping it was going to be more of like in the vein of Lady Bird.
Okay.
And because that movie was very funny to me. I remember laughing a lot when I first saw it. And this one really only had a couple moments where I really laughed out loud. A lot of it was more cringe comedy than it was
very much
laugh out loud writing based comedy. It was more just a really awkward interaction that you're kind of sympathetically laughing with because you're I did dumb shit like that too.
Oh yeah, but it honestly that kind of humor works perfectly for the subject matter of this movie. Yeah. And I think if it was to be the same sort of humor as Lady Bird, it would have just kind of felt out of place.
Yeah, it would have felt too familiar too. Yeah, because that was
familiar,
just done.
Yeah, familiar of course, but I mean it just would have felt out of place. Why is that here? Why is it trying to be that funny? But no, I think with the sense of humor it does have, it works perfectly.
Yeah. And there's a couple jokes that fell flat for me too.
Sometimes, yeah.
I told you as soon as we saw it, but the one when they're watching the sex ed video at the beginning of the movie and the professor refers to it as being lit.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, ugh. But not in a good way.
I don't know, that joke kind of worked.
But the thing about the principal dabbing and the random kid in the background saying LeBron James every once in a while, shit like that was funny.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of dumb humor in there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a well written movie. It doesn't. It has a good flow to it. It doesn't really feel like it's going nowhere. There's a chunk of it where I kind of had that problem. I think the movie might be a little too long.
I don't know about that.
There's a little bit of it in the middle.
Are you talking about with the high school stuff?
Yeah, when she started hanging out with high schoolers and all that. Mm-hmm. That whole chunk of the movie, I know that it's going for the whole, trying to fit in with people that you want to be like or whatever, and just changing who you are as a person and all that stuff. But it kind of felt like it didn't add anything, and it just added that really awkward truth or dare scene. That was
awkward. My main thing with that is just I guess going into this thing, explaining the scene. The 8th grader meets, is on a shadow day, I don't know what it's called, but he's shadowing a high schooler, and they kind of become friends, and they text each other, and then this high schooler invites her to the mall with her friends, and they're hanging out and stuff like that, and then one of her friends drives her home, stops the car, and plays a game of truth or dare, and tries to dare her to take her shirt off, and tries to have sex with her. And then do something like that.
He tries to guilt her into it too, the way he's talking to her.
And it's
just really uncomfortable.
It's very uncomfortable, and I'm sure that was probably the point of it. But I mean, I guess
it kind of comes out of left field.
It does.
Like, because the movie doesn't really deal with anything like that up until that point, and then it comes out of left field. If the whole movie was kind of about, like, discovering sexuality and all of that, then I guess that would make more sense to include, but it doesn't touch on that until that point, really.
It does.
Apart from her, like, having the crush on that dude in her class.
Yeah, but then there's the bit, too, with, when he tries to get her to, like, do, like, oh, do you do blowjobs?
Oh,
she practices it with the banana. If they were to just kind of end it there, like, that would have worked.
Yeah.
But when adding this bit, like, I just think of it through the mindset of being in, like, a grade, like, in high school. I had no intention of doing that at all with...
Yeah.
No.
I also, we haven't mentioned him yet, but I really like the dad in this movie.
Yes. He is really, really good.
He was honestly, like, my favorite part of the movie. Like, any of his interactions with his daughter were so funny to me. And it seemed like the kind of thing that it was relatable, in a way. I don't have kids, but, like, I kind of get what was going on with him and the way that he feels about the whole thing and whatever.
I also liked it, too, like, because it's just her and her father, and there's no mother. But they didn't make it, like, that's a reason why she feels, like, uncomfortable, and I think it's because her mom died, or her mom left, or something like that. They bring it up once at the end, like, he mentions it, like, oh, when your mom left when you were born, and whatever, and, like, but that wasn't, like a plot point to, like, for, like, why she is. It's just, she has anxiety, like, it just happens, like, we all do.
No, it handles a lot of stuff well. There's definitely a couple little issues, like, I already mentioned them. There's just a couple little issues that I had with it that got a little too, like, weird for me, but I think for a debut, this was great.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Really good use of music as well, like, with, listening to her headphones and stuff like that, and, like, being on her phone, using Instagram, and, like, cutting to, like, the outside world and stuff like that. It's, like, the first time when she's on her phone, there's music blaring, and she's at the dinner table with her dad and stuff like that.
Yeah. I was actually curious. I didn't even Google it afterward. I don't think he did the score himself.
I don't think so.
Yeah, but some of the score did sound like the kind of synthy stuff he uses in his own, like, music when he makes, like, his joke songs and whatever. Yeah. But I was kind of hoping that would be kind of cool if he did his own music, but oh well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we both really like this.
Yeah.
What would you score it up as?
Solid 8 out of 10. Really, really good. Amazing debut. I'm really looking forward to more stuff. That if he does do more stuff, I'm really looking forward to it. I think he's obviously a talented comedian, but he's also proven himself to be a talented writer and director.
Yeah, I'd say a solid 8 as well. It was very good for a first-time director, and I'm definitely curious to see what else he'll do in the future. And I'm curious to see what Elsie Fisher will go on to do too. Because I feel like after this movie's actually doing really well too. So I'm curious what else we'll see her popping up in the future, because I'm sure she'll end up in more things now.
Yeah, I hope so. She's really, really talented.
Yeah. I guess that wraps it up. Follow us on Twitter, Letterboxd, all that. It'll be linked down below, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.